Introduction to Statistics. Okay, this topic is for quarter 4, week 1. At the end of the video, you should be able to, number 1, possess real-life problems that can be solved by statistics. Number 2, formulate simple statistical instruments. Please like, share, and subscribe to Ma'am Desma Tutorials. Hit the notification bell button to alert you of the latest video lessons. For all questions, comments, and suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. Okay, let's start from up. Okay, so let's play 4 pics in 1 word. So you will have 2 words to guess or to arrange the jumbled letters to form the correct word that we can encounter in our lesson. Use the given pictures as clues. Okay, look at the first pictures. Okay, so it composed of informations. Okay, and here are the jumbled letters. Okay, so the answer is data. Next pictures. So as you can see, there are graphs that presented the data. What do you think is that word? Okay, so the answer is statistics. Okay, now let us have this. Let us explore real-life problems wherein statistics plays a vital role. At the right are 3 inquiries that require information or data needed for their particular purposes. Which of the items is the most essential among many households in San Pedro City? So we have the inquiry 1, household commodities. So I think not only in San Pedro City, but in the whole country in the Philippines. So I think your answer must be supply of rice and food items. Okay, so we have the letter B, transportation, letter C, medicines. Okay, so I think yung sagot po natin dito ay supply of rice and food items. Kasi sa tingin natin, ito yung pinakamas mahalaga. Diba? Mas mahalaga sa pamumuhay ng bawat pamilya or ng bawat tao sa buong mundo. Siyempre, kung walang pagkain, hindi tayo mabubuhay, di ba? Okay, next. Inquiry 2 is the modular and online modes of learning. In your class section, how many students are taking the modular modality of learning? How many are studying online? Are all your classmates have internet access at home? So, di ba, simula na mag-pandemic, nagkaroon po tayo ng 2 modalities. Okay, so sa ibang lugar, 3 modalities pa nga. Pero sa school po natin, we have 2 modalities, the online and the modular. So usually, yung mga wala pong internet connection, pinipili nila ay modular. Okay? And then yung may mga internet connection, pinipili naman nila ang online modality. Next. Inquiry 3, the COVID-19 vaccination. In your barangay, how many residents are willing to be vaccinated against COVID-19? How many are not willing to be vaccinated? What are the reasons why some do not want to be vaccinated? So, sa ngayon, marami nang nagpa-vaccine sa atin. So, tayo, mga estudyante, teachers, okay. So, halos lahat po tayo ay complete vaccinated na. Okay, so ano ba ang reason bakit ayaw magpa-vaccine ng iba? So yung iba, syempre natatakot sila, di ba? So akala ng iba, magkakasakit sila pag nagpa-vaccine sila. Pero dapat mas magpa-vaccine po tayo para protected po tayo sa kahit anumang sakit. So katulad ng COVID-19. Next, what is statistics? Statistics is the science of collecting, organizing, interpreting, and analyzing data. It is very important because it has many applications in our society. Okay, now, what do you mean by collecting, organizing, interpreting, and analyzing? Let's find out. Collecting refers to the gathering of information or data. So dito, magko-collect po tayo ng data kung ano man po yung gusto nating pag-aralan. Okay, next, organizing or presenting involves summarizing data in graphical, tabular, or textual forms. Kasi yung mga data natin, mas madali po nating maintindihan kapag ilalagay po natin or i-arrange po natin in tabular or textual forms. Next, interpreting. So after we organize the data, we are to interpret. So how? So why? How? Paano po? Refers to the process of making conclusions based on the presented data. So ayan. So sa interpreting, from that data that we organize, we can have the conclusions. Okay, next. Analyzing involves describing the data using statistical methods and procedures. Ayan. So after we interpret, we can now analyze the data that we gathered. Okay? Next, the common terms in statistics. The first one is the population. It's a complete collection of all elements, scores, people, and so on to be studied. Next, census is a collection of data from every element in a population. Next, sample is a sub-collection of elements drawn from a population. So, kung malaki po yung population natin, pwede po tayong kumuha na lang ng sample for our data or for our information. Example, identify the population and sample for the given situation. A scientist is investigating the effectiveness of a new drug to relieve the symptoms of coronavirus. He administers the drug to 100 adults. Which do you think is the population and the sample for this situation? The population is all about adults who would try the drug in the future. And for the sample is the 100 chosen adults. Next one is the data. Data are units of information, often numeric, recorded, and used for the purpose of analysis. Data are gathered from a population or from a sample. There are two types of data, quantitative or numerical, qualitative or categorical. Types of data, quantitative or numerical. Data which are numerical in nature. These are data can be subjected to arithmetic operations. Example, data such as age, weekly allowance, height, size of family. Qualitative or categorical. Data which can assume values that manifest the concept of attributes. These are categories which differ according to the characteristics they possess. Sample, we have names of colors, labels, gender, date of birth, code number, zip code, telephone numbers. Let us try this. Classify each of the following data as quantitative or qualitative kind of data. Okay, number one, age of students. For the age of students, what do you think is this? Is it a quantitative or qualitative data? Okay, it is a quantitative data since age referring to a number. Okay, next, color of eye. Okay, color of eye, we have different color of our eyes. Okay, it is qualitative. Next, number of computers in the school. When we say number of computers in the school, we can count it. Okay, therefore, it is a quantitative data. For the fourth one, school logo. School logo, is it quantitative or qualitative? Okay, syempre, you have to look for the logo if it is very good in your eye or it's good. So meaning it is qualitative. Next, number 5. Score in the entrance test. Okay, so in score in the entrance test, so it is quantitative data. Now, let us have the next one. Variable. So variable is a quantity which may take on different values. It is a characteristic of a population or sample which makes the members different from each other. Variables can either be discrete or continuous. Types of variable. Discrete variable. It is a variable whose values are obtained through the process of counting. These are variables that can assume finite number of values. Examples: the number of chairs in the classroom, the number of teachers in the school, the number of pots in the hallway. So again, when you say discrete, you can do this in the process of counting. Next, continuous variable is a variable that does not fall under the category of discrete. These are variables that can be obtained through the process of measuring. So we have the examples: height, weight, time, and temperature. Okay, so again, let us try this. Identify each of the following data as continuous or discrete variable. Okay, you can pause the video and then answer. Okay, so number one, number of mangoes harvested. Ayan, so number of mangoes, you can count the number of mangoes harvested. So ano po ba ito? Is it continuous or discrete variable? Okay, it is a discrete variable. Number two, height of a building. So yung height of the building po ba, is it may you can count or you can measure? Okay. Ayan, so continue since we can measure the height of a building. Next one, area of a circle. So ano po ba ang kailangan natin kapag hinanap ang area of a circle? Of course, you will measure, diba? So you must have the measurement. So of course, it is a continuous. Number four, number of guests in a wedding. So ano po ba? Ano bang gagawin natin? Is it counting or measurement? Of course, we have to count the number of guests. Therefore, it is a discrete variable. Number five, dimensions of a whiteboard. So when we are talking about dimensions, ano po ba ito? Of course, it means measurement. So therefore, it is a continuous. Okay? So next, what are the uses of statistics? Statistics aids in decision making. Okay, hindi naman po pwedeng mahuhula lang tayo, di ba? So, dapat may basihan po tayo. Sa lahat po ng pag-aaral, we have the basis. Okay, next, this includes the following purposes. Number one, it allows comparison of quantities. Okay, next, number two, it provides estimation of unknown quantities. Number three, it gives explanation to actions that has taken place. Okay, consider the following three situations. Situation 1. Academic performance. Luisito, a grade 7 student, would like to know if his academic performance improved from first quarter to second quarter. He decided to ask his advisor to show him his report card. So as you can see, the report card is at the right. Okay. Now, based on the data on the report card, number one, did Luisito perform with improvement in the second quarter? So as you can see, look at the grades. Okay, so reading 85 to 87, written communication 87 to 88, mathematics 86, 87, science health 85 to 88, social studies 84 to 86, art 84 to 86, music 86 to 88, physical education 83 to 86, and then the general average is 85 to 87. Let's proceed to question number 2. What data on the report card will prove that Luisito performed better? And number three, what is the purpose of the grade average? Okay, for the grade average serves as the numerical equivalent of your total performance for the quarter. In this case, Luisito got 87% in second quarter, which is higher than that of the first quarter grade average of 85%. So this means Luisito performed better in the second quarter. Okay, next. Situation 2. Weather reports Melinda and her high school friends will attend a 3-day field trip to Manila. As they are planning for the trip, Melinda would like to know if the weather will be fair for the next 3 days. She decided to watch the local weather news. Okay, so based on the report, question number 1. If the 3-day trip will start on Friday, how will you describe the upcoming weather? Number 2, what does 40% chance of precipitation for the next 3 days mean? And number 3, is it important to know the weather conditions during outdoor activities? Okay, so look at the chances of raining for this weather report. Ayan. Okay, so we have chance of precipitation is a data that is important to weather in weather reports. It is expressed percent. So as you can see, 40% chance of rains means that there is a relatively average possibility that there will be rain showers for the next 3 days. So with this data, Melinda may decide if she needs to bring an umbrella or raincoat, or she may decide to cancel the trip since it will possibly be rainy outside and they may not be able to enjoy the outdoor viewing. Okay, next, situation 3, exchange rates. So, Mrs. Flores has just claimed a remittance from her bank account amounting to 100 US dollars. She would like to convert the money to pesos. The following exchange rates were posted in front of her bank and the other is in money exchange office. So, ayan. So, kung nakikita nyo yung picture at the right. So, for the bank, $1 is equivalent to 48 pesos and 50 centavos. And then for the money changer, it is equivalent to 49 pesos and 50 centavos. Okay, questions. Which will Mrs. Flores choose the rate offered by the bank or the money changer, and then why? Number 2, if the money changer is located a ride away, what will cost her to spend 150 pesos? Will it still be a better decision to convert money to the money changer? And number 3, is it important that you compare the exchange rates of money changers? If Mrs. Flores will convert the money to the bank, the equivalent amount will be $100 times 48 pesos and 50 centavos equal to 4,850 pesos. If she visits the money changer, the amount will be $100 times 49 pesos and 50 centavos is equal to 4,950 pesos, which is 100 pesos more than the bank's offer. Thus, Mrs. Flores should choose the money changer, but if she will spend 150 pesos in visiting the money changer, the better decision is to convert her money in the bank. In converting foreign currency, it is important to canvass first what are the variable exchange rates near your place. Also consider other expenses such as transportation allowance, possible transaction fees, and others. What are the function So again, what are the function or uses of statistics? Okay, so letter A. Statistics helps in providing a better understanding and exact description of a phenomenon of nature. Letter B, statistics helps in proper and efficient planning of statistical inquiry in any field of study. Okay, so ayan. So, useful po talaga ang statistics. Okay? Next, letter B, statistics helps in collecting appropriate quantitative data. Okay? And letter C, statistics helps in presenting complex data in suitable tabular and graphic form for an easy and clear comprehension of data. Okay, kasi pag sinabi natin complex, so yung mga malawak po yung study natin. So meaning we can present it with the use of table. Ayan. And letter A, statistics helps in drawing valid inferences along with a measure of the reliability about the population parameters from the sample data. Okay, so inferences, ibig sabihin, by means of a statistic, we can explain the data that you gathered from your studies. Okay, statistical instrument. So we can gather we can get the needed data by means of a statistical instrument. So this is a tool that researchers use to collect needed data. Examples of instruments are survey questionnaires. Ayan. So, how to write a survey questionnaire? So, below is an example. Okay, the first one, introduction. So, in the introduction, must be like this, good day. So, syempre, meron po tayong greeting sa unahan. This is a survey on the health conditions of our children ages 3 to 10 years old in our barangay. Kindly answer the following questions. Thank you. So, may greetings and then dapat po magpasalamat tayo. Okay, now next. For the profile of respondents. For the profile of respondents, here is the part 1. So, name, optional, meaning pwede pong isulat o yung respondents, pwedeng isulat po yung complete name or hindi. Okay? Then sex, male and female, male or female, then age. So for the part 2, we have the questions to answer. How many children are there in your household? How many of these children have had a fever for the past 2 weeks? Do these children take vitamins? Check 1. Daily, once a week, no vitamins. So yung mga question po natin dapat related po sa topic natin. Ayan. So ano po ba yung introduction? This gives the respondents the survey topic or what the survey is all about and what to do with the survey. So, syempre, hindi naman po tayo magsasurvey ng hindi po alam ano ng respondents natin kung ano ba naman yung topic na ginagawa natin or inaaral po natin or ating isinasurvey. Next, profile of respondents. So, ito po yung part 1. This part 1 of the survey asks the respondent certain important person details, some of which can be optional. That is, the respondent is allowed not to give that particular information, such as name. So, ayan nga po, kaya nakalagay dito ay optional. So, based on our data privacy. Next, questions to answer. This part 2 is the list of question items which can be open-ended questions like numbers 1 and 2 or we check box like number 3. So, open-ended, ibig sabihin, depende yan kung ano yung isasagot ng ating respondents. Okay, note, the question should be relevant, ayan, and should ask for information that will answer the survey topic, or let us say, question should be coherent to the survey topic. So, yung question natin dapat po ay related doon sa topic natin or sa survey topic natin. So, hindi po tayo pwedeng maglagay ng question na walang kinalaman or not related in our survey topic. Okay, so let us try this um, learning task. Direction. Match the problem statements in column B that corresponds to what subject area it belongs in column A by writing the letter on the blanks. Okay, so the first one is agriculture. So from the statement in column B, which do you think are the statement or the statement that is related to agriculture? Ayan, so it's letter E. Bakit? Look at this. What are the prices of a sack of rice for the past 5 days? So, ayan, a sack of rice. So, meaning it's all about agriculture. Next, number 2, finance. Finance. So, alin po kaya dito in column B ang related sa finance? So, look at this. Yan, it's letter C. How much is the monthly income each household? So, nandito po yung clue word natin, monthly income. Okay? So, of course, it's related to finance. Okay, next number 3, education. Which do you think is related to education? Ayan, it's letter A. What are the 3 academic tracks in grade 10 in which the entire class excels? So, from the word academic tracks. So, di ba, may isip natin, it's for all about education. Okay, next, medical. So, for medical, which do you think is the statement that related to medical here? Okay, so we have letter B. In your barangay, how many frontliners were already vaccinated? Okay, and number 5, so current events. So, ano po ang hindi pa nasagot natin? Siyempre, it's letter D. So, current events. What are the opinions of the politicians on community pantries? Okay, so di ba? Politics, ayan. So, it's current events. Okay, fill in the blanks. Complete the following statements. Statistics is the science of collecting, organizing, interpreting, and analyzing data. And number 2, what do you call the tool that can be used to collect data? So we can have a statistical instrument. Okay, so to end of the discussion, let us have our quote for today. The study of mathematics like the Nile begins in minuteness but ends in magnificence. So by Charles Caleb Colton. Thank you for watching and please support Ma'am Des Math Tutorial. See you on my next video.